welcome back to Norfolkfords. Today I am in the mighty T6 and it's that time of year again for us. It's tulip time. So I've got the lovely job of got the front mounted Basilier topper, taken all the rubbish off the top of the tulip beds, and Paul has just rocked up. He's in charge of keeping us pushing along. He's mainly moving the boxes about and making sure everything's running smoothly. So he's just rocked up to the field, which makes me think the rest of them are going to be here shortly, which is good because I've got all of these short ends ready, and I've got all the scoots on the headlands as well. So we're nicely a little bit ahead. So this is day, well, I think this is the second. Handbrake's getting upset. This is our second full day, but we did have a bit of a try day as well, so technically the third day. And we've had some really good stock on the bulbs, so hopefully when I get back to the yard later we'll have a quick look around the grading shed and we'll have a look at some of the bulbs, because an absolute gem quality. These are some of the, can't speak. These are some of the best yielding Dad's seen for a long while, and he's really proud of himself. So we'll just keep plodding along. I've got to haul this up to them electric pylons, so that should leave them with a day's worth, maybe more, I don't know. Maybe I need to do more further down, but we just need to get Dad up here and he'll be digging about and seeing what's fit. So yeah, not bad. Very dusty though. I'm knocking off the revs as I turn round, because if I leave the flail going flat out, just it vacuums up the dust from the roadways, and honestly with all these houses nearby, it's not very nice for them. So I'm trying my best to keep the dust down, but it's not always working. So yeah, not a bad start to the season. We're still teething as we always do for the first week. And oh hello, here comes the lifter. There she is. Right then, I've just stepped over one of our little tags, so we're still in the first class, but seeing as they're getting a little bit tight up where I've been, I thought I'd start doing a bit of a donut. So in theory I've got longer times on runs and less time shunting about. just means that I'm not in their way, because this year it's been decided that the harvester has to keep moving. You do not hold up the harvester, the harvester holds you up, so just got to basically stay out the way of Mark and make sure everything goes well. So, topping in too bad. The worst part is the amount of dust. Absolutely terrible. Look at the bonnet, it's brown. Get that sort of amount of brown on a rusted out body panel on like a Ford 3000. It's terribly dusty. But all we're doing is just taking the rubbish off top. Get left with a little bit like that. So that's all we're after. And that just means that when the harvester comes through, there's a lot less rubbish for that to deal with. So it can just go in straight into the soil. They can watch the soil a lot easier going up the webs and stuff because they ain't got the rubbish on top. So there's still a little bit of rubbish, but big difference from that to that. And I'm not using the Topcon. I could easily be, but I'm not. Just because I keep dipping between different rows, so different sprayer wheelings and stuff. So all I'm doing is watching that wheel on that side, watching that wheel on that side, and it's working out the best way, really. So yeah, not too bad. Harvester's not doing too bad either. I think they're just setting up the next load of net, and then they'll be away again. Still, we're in our first week. First week is always where the teething issues come through. This is the first year we've run wide tyres on the front of the tractor, and so far I think they're alright with it. The worry was that having wider tyres was going to compress the net, which was then going to make it harder to lift, but so far, because they're quite low pressure, it's doing alright. And the lad in the blue shirt is Keist. Struggled to say it right, but he's our Dutch intern. He's come over for a few weeks, and he's learning the ways of tulip harvesting in the UK. It's quite funny. There's so many things that they do different in Holland compared to the UK. You see the amount of stones that we lift up in, and he couldn't believe it, because in Holland they just don't have the stones. They've got a lot nicer soils. But yeah, good lad. So far, good start to the season. Nothing too dramatic has happened, and just keep gently away, and that's the best you can do. So I'm going to get all this topping done, and then I should be heading back to the yard. I'm not sure what I need to be doing back at the yard, but there are a couple of bits I know. So we'll just have to see on that. So now I'm getting to the end. I'll just lift up in a second. Stop just before the net. Lift her up. I've got the stops in place so the PTO doesn't hit itself. So now she's lifted up. I'm going to cut the roads down, because if not, if I start driving over the roadways, it sucks all the dust up and flicks that airborne, which when you're around the back of a load of houses, that doesn't go down too well. So yeah, it's all gently away, which is good. So we'll carry on and see a bit more later. Well, we're all dropped off. We're now well, they're carrying on down the bottom of the field, and I'm gonna head home. But oh my goodness, what a mucky tractor. Peel it off like a carpet, look. Especially on these side ones. I think I'll blow the radiator out when I get home. But so far I've been keeping an eye on the temperature gauge. She's not actually getting as hot as you think it would. It's no more than usual. I've got fluff all over me now. But you do need to do it. That was horrible. Thank God for all these meshes, because if not, that's straight in the radiator. It's impressive how much difference that makes. Look at the dust. Oh, what a mucky day! I'll get the multimeter.
When I was up the field, I crawled all under, you see, to try and see if there was a break in the wires while my back weren't working. But there's no joints. I thought it might be a junction box or something, but they're in. It's just all wired in.
I'll go grab. Photo. There you go for the big one. You can climb on it now, we've propped it. Oh yeah. Well. Guess who's got a turbo to change? That's how the end of my week's going. So, I'm going to make a start. So, driver reported, down on power, code ECU 103.08. Looked it up on the internet because I ain't got the old John Deere tools I used to have. And basically it says it's either the speed sensor on the turbo or it's the turbo. Took the air intake pipe off. I think we've been sucking in a little bit of dust. So then I think, right, we'll inspect the turbine. So that's my turbine. There's a tight spot here, then a free bit. A tight spot here, then a free bit. So that's how she's ended up. So started stripping out, and I shall have to run to Doubledays to go get a new turbo. Turbo's at Hull Beach, and the rest of the parts are at King's End, so I'm going to have a bit of a ride about, annoyingly. Right then, after a bit of fiddling about, we've got the silencer removed, the EGR transfer pipe removed as well, a couple other little bits disconnected, so now we just need to crack the turbo bolts from the manifold. Fingers crossed, I've lubed them nicely. They're going to come off first time, no issues, and we're going to have a lovely time. Then I just need to lean the turbo over so I can access the other side of it, disconnect the coolant end, and then, a couple of wires as well, then she's done. Well, I say done, she's off. She then needs cleaning and stuff. So, I think that's going to be what I'm going to try and do. So, hopefully this works. Yeah, I'm really not liking them back bolts. They're going to be very hard. So I've got some longer, slightly longer spanners, so hopefully I might try the old trick of just putting my boot on it. That sometimes works, hopefully. I keep lubing them, so hopefully we don't have any issues with the thread. Please just come out, please. Oh dear. So I don't really want to do this, but I'm going to have to abandon this one for this week and resume on Monday, because really I want to start heating the manifold with the gas bottles over there. But Mark is next door and he wants to decontaminate the drying walls and stuff. So that's using a little bit of chemicals, but naturally don't want people nearby. And of course, it's just being a tin shed, which is not exactly airtight, so I'm at this awkward thing where I really just need that last sort of half an hour to try and crack it off, but I've run out of time. So I'm gonna have to resume on Monday. Maybe if I get a chance tomorrow even, I'll have a look. Don't know, but that's definitely the way it's going. So literally, I was sat on the mudguard, grabbing hold of the loader frame and the bonnet frame, shoving my foot on a spanner, and it wouldn't move. Kind of glad it didn't move, because if it moved at that sort of force I was putting on with my foot, probably would have sheared the bolt. So call it a blessing in disguise. We'll get some heat on it when I get back to it, but that's all the time I've got for this week. So I'm now going to tidy up the tools, edit all this together. So this has accidentally turned into a bit of how's my week going sort of thing, you know. I haven't really got any one particular thing I've been stuck into, but next week we'll have a bit more of a video on this. I'll take the time to try and film me taking the turbo out and a bit of problem solving on that. But yeah, it's not been a bad week, been a busy week. Tulip lifting so far, touch wood, has gone really well. We've definitely doing well on the bulb front. Yeah, going to start DAFs on Monday as well, which is where this is really needed on a trailer. Although at the same time, it may get the loader back on it for the tulips, because we've got one loader down there, and because we're on wider beds this year planting, you got more per metre. They've yielded really well. We're getting 3 boxes out of one run, so yeah, you know, this is a really good year. So annoyingly, haven't really got any sort of conclusion for this. This is just sort of, well, we've hit the busy time, this is the mad moment. You're just gonna have to bear with. So make sure you like and subscribe to see the other half of this, see what else we're doing in the field, and see what we're doing on the start of DAFs. And next week I'll hopefully get a clip of it. We've got something new coming, which is a little bit exciting. So make sure you liked and subscribed. Follow us on Instagram as well, and Facebook. I need to get in a better habit of posting on there, but at one point I was near enough. 3 a week was the aim, but I'm now trying to get back into that habit, so trying to keep nicely up to date on there. So feel free to leave a comment as well. You know, I tend to reply to comments as soon as I can. So yeah, this is me with the John Deere. Not amazingly happy because Mark's now applying chemicals, so hey-o, that's the way it goes. So see you next week. Bye bye.